What is up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, and today we're saying goodbye to 2025 and jumping into the Attitude Era, going back to when MTV had TRL on the top 10 countdown. There was regular cable TV and no smartphones. And we're traveling and stopping at WWF Raw Is War on May 14th, 2001, live in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is the last Raw before WWF Judgment Day. And you make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell because we will be dropping the recap of Judgment Day pretty shortly. But talking about Raw, WWF Champion Stone Cold Steve Austin and Intercontinental Champion Triple H. They're also the tag team champions as well. They come out with Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, and Triple H says that apparently Kane is not the smartest member of his family. All Kane had to do was just stay away. He had to make his triumphant return on SmackDown, so you leave me with no choice but to finish the job we started. I will give you a shot at the Intercontinental title at Judgment Day, and since you and your brother like using chains so much, let's make it a chain match. So that match is going to be made official. Austin grabs the mic and says, everyone thinks Undertaker is going to win at Judgment Day, but Undertaker doesn't stand a chance because Undertaker doesn't have the guts. I can't be stopped. You set a trap for Stone Cold Steve Austin. I never needed weapons, though. Since the Brothers of Destructions are here tonight, why don't you come out and make us ex-tag team champions? But you won't because you can't. Undertaker comes out. Taker says, I ain't a coward. I'm a man looking for someone brave enough to fight me. At Judgment Day, your ass belongs to me. Triple H, as far as the challenge for Kane at Judgment Day, he gladly accepts. Austin, I know you don't care for traps, but you're in one right now. And then Kane appears, and both he and Undertaker attack Triple H and Austin. Kane clotheslines Triple H with a chain. And the Brothers of Destruction causing havoc to start off Raw Is War. I'm excited that Kane is going to get his hands on Triple H at Judgment Day. And Triple H, even though he dropped the challenge here, I really don't think it was smart of him because Kane is willing to do whatever it takes to get his hands on Triple H. And Triple H is like, yeah, you get me. So maybe Triple H has something up his sleeve. Next, we see Rikishi defeat Kurt Angle by disqualification after Commissioner William Regal attacks Rikishi. Afterward, William Regal kicks at Rikishi and Angle lands an Angle Slam. And we'll see Rikishi versus Regal at Judgment Day. Crash Holly tells Molly Holly backstage not to trust Spike and the Dudley Boys. He tells Molly that they're all the same. We see the Radicalz confronting Eddie Guerrero backstage, and they tell him to realize what team he's on. And Eddie goes on to tell them, I know what team I'm on. Eddie's been helping the Hardys lately the past couple of weeks. We then see Trish Stratus come on out to the ring. Trish says, Mr. McMahon will not approve of what I'm about to do. What if I wore a teeny bikini? Since I always guarantee satisfaction, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the wettest video, Divas of Hedinism. And we see a footage of the different females of WWE wearing bikinis and talking about the photo shoot. As a kid, I remember these videos, and I was always jealous I didn't get them. So seeing this, I was like, ooh, my 8-year-old dream is coming true. We then get a random shot of The Undertaker running around backstage. A cop tells him that his wife, Sarah, was involved in a car accident, and Sarah is currently in the hospital, and Undertaker takes off. This is the first real mention of The Undertaker's wife, Sarah, and without a spoiler alert, we'll definitely be seeing more of her coming up. Hubba bubba. Next, the Hardy Boyz, they defeat Dean Malenko and Perry Saturn. After Saturn grabs a steel chair, but Eddie Guerrero grabs it, allowing Matt to land a twist of fate to Saturn. And after Eddie Guerrero attacks both Saturn and Dean with a steel chair shot, so Eddie Guerrero working with the Hardy Boyz, screwing over the Radicalz here. And I'm curious to see what Latino's Heat plan is with this. Next, Hardcore Champion Rhyno defeats Crash Holly after Spike Dudley runs in and hits Rhyno with a Dudley dog, but Rhyno tosses Spike into Crash, allowing Rhyno to retain the Hardcore title. After the match, Crash hits Spike with a trash can lid. So even though Spike was trying to help Crash was pissed and did not want that help. Commissioner Regal tells Kane that if he leaves tonight, he will get fired along with The Undertaker. So since Taker has left the building, Austin and Triple H will fight Kane in a handicap match in the main event. We then see Edge and Christian take on Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. During the match, Edge and Christian miss a conchairto shot to Chris Jericho, but Kurt Angle appears and he goes into Benoit's pants and grabs the gold medals. But Jericho lands a lion salt to Edge, so Jericho and Benoit win. After Benoit gets on the mic and Benoit says, "Those medals are made of candy. All you have to do is prove me wrong at Judgment Day, and you will get those medals back." So Angle's kissing the medals, but we know that they're fake. They're made of chocolate. Edge and Christian then attack Chris Jericho backstage, laying him out with a conchairto shot. And that was really fucked up of Edge and Christian because Jericho, didn't deserve that. He got attacked by two guys. Commissioner William Regal comes out next, and this is really corny. Regal says, "When I became commissioner of the WWF, I took on certain responsibilities. It's tragic what happened to The Undertaker, but the show must go on." And he continues to iterate that Kane will take on Austin and Triple H in a handicap match. He goes on to talk about his match with Rikishi at Judgment Day. He says he's going to teach Rikishi a lesson in manners. That's when Grand Master Sexay comes out and he brings two girls with him and he wants to teach William Regal to dance with the ladies. Regal looks appalled. And then Regal eventually attacks Grandmaster Sexay and applies a Regal stretch. And he says that, "I believe this party is over." So Regal attacking Rikishi's friend here on Raw. We then move on. Deborah says that she's worried about The Undertaker. Austin promises Deborah that will never happen to her what happened to Sarah. We then see Lita and the women's champion Chyna take on Ivory and Molly Holly. Every time Lita goes to pin Chyna does not want to take the tag. Chyna does not want to tag in. But Lita hits the twist of fate and a moonsault to Molly, and Chyna doesn't tag in at all, but Lita and Chyna get the win. Backstage, Chyna tells Lita that she wanted Lita to prove to her that she's ready for their match at Judgment Day, and Chyna tells Lita not to trust Eddie Guerrero. So we're definitely going to see Lita and Chyna butt heads on Sunday, but Eddie Guerrero, will he get involved? We'll have to see. Next, we see the Big Show and the Right to Censor defeat Test in the APA after Big Show throws steps into the face of Test and pins Test to get the win here. We'll see Test against the Big Show and Rhyno in a hardcore match at Judgment Day. And finally, our main event, the Tag Team Champions Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin, with Stephanie McMahon Helmsley defending against Kane in a handicap match. We see Triple H lay out Kane with the chain, and after Triple H continues to attack Kane with chain shots, and Austin grabs the microphone and says, "Undertaker, your little wife is just fine." So clearly this was a prank to get Undertaker out of the arena and for Austin and Triple H to attack Kane on his own. But this was not a good idea to lie to The Undertaker and tell him that his wife was involved in a car accident. Taker is going to be pissed, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen on SmackDown as we head to Judgment Day. A lot of anterior moments here, but the biggest one is seeing the mention of Sarah. I know it's coming next. I'm excited for you guys to hear about it and to continue talking about it. So make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. And until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.